Rainbow Six Siege, a game that is just not on my radar. The director says that the game will be around for the next 10 years. So, this game, while I don't know too much about it, apparently is one of Ubisoft's biggest games. Ubisoft recently boasted that Rainbow Six Siege now has 27 million players. And the
What?
Yeah, yeah. But the article that I'm reading this from, they make mention, they say, well, it's unclear how many of these players come from free
Oh,
weekends.
so they're going with 27 million registered accounts.
Right,
Oh,
registered accounts. Right.
all right. Settle down.
So the director of Rainbow Six Siege is quoted as saying, "We've communicated already a couple of times that our vision for the game is to bring 100 operators or character classes, as Brad had to tell me before the show because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm thinking they'd have like old switchboard operators fucking trying to ping shit together, but he also said that today we have 36 different character classes. Year 3 will bring in 8 more. That 100 is a symbol of longevity that we want to have for the game. We are saying extremely loud here. There is no sequel planned, and we will be here for the next 10 years. So expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time. Cut to 2 years from now, Rainbow Six Siege 2.
I don't know. That's a pretty bold claim to make if that's if you're gonna default on it, especially as the game is currently trending upwards. Right?
Yeah. Did Destiny make a similar claim?
So Destiny
10 years?
Bungie made a 10-year plan that I think people assumed meant that they would take the base game and support it for 10 years. I think what Bungie and what they clarified later is that they have a 10-year plan for Destiny, the world, the series, the universe, basically. Not necessarily Destiny 1 getting extrapolated out to 10 years.
I see. What do you think of this? Do you think this is just them, blowing smoke up everybody's asses as they are with the 27 million players?
I don't think they're blowing smoke. I think that this might be a business model that works for them and for this game. But if people want to take this and then they're like, oh, well, what if we see this with Call of Duty? Man, Call of Duty ain't never fucking, not releasing a game every year because they make too much money from doing it. You're not going to see, Destiny not release a game every 3 years because they make too much money from doing it. You're not going to see it with Battlefield. You're not going to see it with Battlefront. I think this is a business model that works for very specific franchises. And I mean, Grand Theft Auto is technically one of those franchises if you really think about it. I mean, they released that game 5 years ago and it's still going as strong as it did, to the point where I think that, GTA 6 is going to come out eventually, but I think it's going to come out later than it would have had it not been for this continued flow of money for Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's another game where this particular business model works for that. But I don't think this is the beginning of a widespread trend across the entire game industry. I think this is just a good move for Ubisoft Rainbow Six. And look, for Rainbow Six specifically, if they did come out with Rainbow Six Siege 2, it probably would do about as well as if they released another major expansion for Rainbow Six Siege. And I think that's where they're coming from, is saying, hey, we can just, it's cheaper, there's less overhead for us to just add content to this game and sell it, for $40 instead of, going through the rigmarole of making a brand new game, splitting our community and charging and selling it for $60, and then forcing people to start all the way at the beginning again with this upgrade cycle.
Yeah. Do you wish for something like this to happen with Destiny? Like, I know you made the comment that you don't think it would ever happen, and I agree with you. But do you wish for something like this to happen?
I have to
For
say
a game
no,
like
because Destiny 2, for all its faults and for what people think about it, is a marked improvement over Destiny 1 in areas that you can't just fix through a patch, right? Like it's a better looking game, it's a better performing game. Some of the systems are much better, I think, than they were in Destiny 1. And those are things, I guess the systems part you can fix, but sometimes you do need a new numbered game in the series. Like it's not enough just to patch it and put out new DLC content, because then you're not addressing, and we're not in touch enough with Rainbow Six to know what the complaints are from that game's community. But I think that it is appropriate and it is important sometimes to have that numbered edition come out. It's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, it also, like, from a psychological point, it it makes you like get excited for it again. You know what I mean?
Right. There is a level of buzz that you can only generate with a new box, basically.
Right.
Absolutely true.
Right.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.